Hello, y'all. I'm coming up with better ways. I have my equipment, so I feel good about that. Usually, whenever I'm speaking, I always hold the phone. So, like I told y'all, I take this so serious. I'm gonna be getting my equipment, make things easier, and you're not serious about something unless you take it serious. So, I just wanted to discuss today because I'm a parent. I would advise any parents, don't kick your children while they're down. Not even necessarily kick them while they're down. Sometimes we can have a unrealistic way of thinking when it comes to our children. Of course, we want the best for our children. So when things don't turn out the way that we think it should, we can often, the Bible says that, a disobedient son brings shame to their mother. So if you look at your child is disobedient, or you feel like their life isn't as far as it could because of disobedience, it'll piss or upset a lot of parents. And I understand that. But on the flip side, I thought about it myself, and I put myself in the shoes of others or parents that may feel like this. And I said, well, how do I feel, or what would be the correct way to feel towards your child? Because we don't want to enable our children to not be anything. We don't want to, set them up for failure either. We want to tell them the truth. We don't want to sugarcoat things for them. But I came to the conclusion that when it comes to my son, even my daughters, I would rather them come to me before they go to anybody else. When it comes to financial struggles, I'd rather them come to me before they come to anybody else. I may not have the finances at that time when they become to be an adult, but I can maybe point them in the right direction, or you know what I'm saying, sow a seed into their head where they know what route to go by me having the wisdom that I have being older and experiencing things myself. But I would much rather my black son and my black daughters come to me before they have to rely on the system, strangers, or anybody. And I'm trying to raise my son right now to the point where, he can be successful and self-reliant. But, I know we all gonna go through trials and tribulations in life. But I want him to know, and my daughters, that when they go through their trials and tribulations, I want them to go to God first. But I want them to know, in the humanly flesh, they can come to their mother. I feel like no matter how old your children are, they are still your children. And I vow, even if I'm 100 years old and my son is 81, and my other children are in their 70s, I'ma still vow to take care of them, or vow to, be a mother to them to the end. And I will say this too. I've met quite a lot of mothers, probably between 5 and 10 mothers, to lose their child. And I hurt for them, especially when I see their faces, because I know their situation. And if I didn't know them, if I didn't know what happened, I may look at them and be like, they seen this or they seen that. But being that I know what happened and how they were before it happened, I can tell that what has happened has had a major impact or influence in their lives. I know there's, I want to say 2 mothers. I know 2 mothers where their sons committed suicide. And I'm sure that they will want to go back and talk to their children, help their children through anything that they're going through. So the ones that, that have their children, sometimes we or they may, get ahead of ourselves or big-headed or something, and shun our children. But we can't do that, though, because we losing our kids left and right. And sometimes I'm sure that a lot of those situations where a parent lost child, it was something that they could have done. It was something that they could have done. Or you want to make sure that you're treating your children and showing them as much love as you possibly can, because there's no rules to how people live here. your child may leave before you do. You know, grandchildren are leaving before grandparents now. We in a different time. So I just recommend that you treat all people with respect, even if they're not your kids, your family members, loved ones, strangers. Treat people kind and treat them right, because, you never know what blessing you could be to them. You don't know what seeds of life you could be sowing into them. So I want all you parents, or all people who have children, to just embrace parenthood, and work with your children. Don't ever shun them, and don't be ashamed of them, because as long as they living, it's opportunity for them to wake up. And like I said, I'm not give up on my children. I'm gonna be there at the drop of a dime, but I'm gonna install the tools that they need within them to be able to sustain. But um, you know, um, trauma or traumatic situations has no respectable persons. So I'm gonna always remember that, and love my children. But I appreciate y'all for viewing. Hope y'all got something out of the message. Don't let it be too late. Talk to you later.